Hello, this is Dr. John Smelser. Welcome to another episode of Ahtna 101. This is episode 86. It's part 3 of words related to shelter, structures, housing, buildings, things of that nature, things related to houses. I left off one of the last words from the last episode was minstrel huts. And I wanted to mention that in doing some archaeological surveys of old Taslina village and other old village sites, I would come across these little depressions or little structures that would be near cabins. And I was curious, like, are these dog houses? And it turned out from talking to elders like my own grandmother, who was old enough to remember it, that they were the minstrel huts that girls, and teenage girls and young women would be sent out to during their cycle to be away from the rest of the family. And they were really small. I thought they were dog houses. So it says something about our cultural practices. I thought I'd just share it with you. So we're back to building. So if you're inside of a house, you have a ceiling. Our ceiling is yata, yata. The walls of, like the walls of a house, the walls of a tent are ubana, ubana. If you're from Antasta, you'd say umana. The kitchen, in your house is simply idlesi, idlesi. Lumber that you might use to make a house or a structure of some sort is flets, flets. The floor of your house, whether it's, I think wood floor, but in the old days they were earthen, is simply lakke, lakke. The roof of the house, so you're looking up at the roof. Sometimes they were sod. A lot of the earlier cabins I saw were sod houses, but that's nakjede, nakjede. If you're from Antasta, you'd add ko nakjede, ko nakjede. A window is, we say yaluk, yaluk, or yaluk. At first I thought it might have been a loan word from Russian or something, but I think I don't know, it might just be you look through it, ya look. I'm not sure what the origin of that word is. Glass, like your window might be made out of glass, is unu nalani. Let's see, unu nalani. Yeah, unu nalani. The smoke hole. Now, nowadays people have fireplaces and they have, chimneys and all that. But in a lot of the early cabins, it was simply a smoke hole at the roof, and it was usually a low roof to keep the heat in. And that smoke hole is, remember the word flet for smoke. We saw it in smokehouse, flet knock. Well, it's flet ka, and that's the smoke hole. If you go see a grave, go to a grave, that's naket. If you're from Antasta, well, from some of the lower villages, you might say nake. A child's grave is skenkeri, the word sken usually relating to child or children or babies. And a cemetery in general is kuket, kuket. All right, please join me again.